I'm Matt Greenwood, KJF Sports Director for Regional Radio Sports and MyMoInfo.com, and today we're speaking with our Fall 2018 Dream Team Football Player of the Year, Andrew Graves. Hey, let's start off with that. The moment you found out that you were, voted on by area coaches as the guy that everyone, sort of most feared, most respected, and really definitely noticed the most.
Well, I was out with some of my friends, and my mom calls me and tells me that I got Player of the Year for Dream Team, and I thought that was pretty awesome. I had no idea the Dream Team selection was even that night, so it was a pretty good shock to me.
Yeah, I guess it could add to the shock factor there. You said you were out with friends. What were you doing? What were you guys just kind of hanging out sort of thing?
We were at a basketball game. We were watching the boys' basketball game at Jefferson R7.
Okay, very cool. And did she text you or give you a phone call and you had to answer in the middle of all the action?
Well, she called me and she knew what I was doing, so if she calls me, I was like, okay, well. So I figured I was answering, and she told me, and I was like, oh wow, that's awesome.
Did you immediately tell your friends?
Yes, yeah, and I told Brandon that he got Dream Team too because I was with him.
Okay, very cool. What was that feeling like to just hear those words? Obviously, the smile on your face kind of says it all. But what was kind of going through your mind then?
I was like, well, that's one of the things that I've been working for a long time is just being respected, and a lot of the coaches respecting me. So it was a great feeling.
Well, you certainly put yourself on the radar right off the bat. Freshman year, being alongside your brother Austin, he was the quarterback, you the running back, and you eclipsed, I think, 1,500 plus yards as a freshman. And kind of right then and there, Coach Rugley, Alex Rugley, knew you were going to be a special talent moving forward. Kind of take us through the journey for you as a freshman, and then as a sophomore being the featured back still, and so on and so forth.
Well, as a freshman, all I wanted to do was get on the field. That was my main goal. I didn't care if it was special teams, defense, offense. I just wanted to be on the field. And to earn the respect of the older players, another thing that I wanted was the older players to respect the player that I was and not just some little freshman that can't play. So I worked my butt off in the weight room. I worked as hard as I possibly could on the field. Every time we conditioned, I tried to be first, so I could prove myself, and every time I got in the game, I went all out, and I did everything that I possibly could to earn playing time.
Not only do you, when you age, you got to, especially when you play football or any sport, you got to get stronger and you got to work on that. And, weight room attendance is something that Coach Rugley keeps a big eye on for you guys. And I'm just sort of curious. I know a lot of people, when they talk about working out, will put a picture up of themselves 6 months prior, right when they're getting started, and then they look at a photo of themselves 6 months later. Did you ever go back and look at your freshman photos?
My mom showed me some photos, but I never really focused on that because I really just wanted to be stronger. And when I started weightlifting, I realized wow, I can do a lot more things now that I'm weightlifting. And I just kind of took off with it, and I've been lifting ever since with my dad, and he's always been big into lifting too. So me and him lift just about every single day together, and with that, it helped me tremendously in football with being stronger, faster, everything.
That's very cool. Let's take a look at your state records, because you are in the MSHSAA state record books for a lot of things. And I handed you this list before we started this interview just to sort of give you a chance to mull things over as to sort of what stood out to you. But for those that don't know, as far as my research goes, you are in the MSHSAA state record books 12 times. 6th in points for a half, 5th in total points in a season, 4th in total points for a career, 4th in total touchdowns in a career, 7th in 2-point conversions made. Of course, they keep that stat. And then 11th for most rushing yards in a game. You had 445 as a freshman against St. Vincent. 8th in career rushing yards with just over 6,500. 4th in career 100-plus yard rushing games. Only 5 games did you not rush for over 100 yards. You were 9th in all-purpose yards, 4th in average yards per punt return, tied for 2nd in most punt returns for a touchdown. You had 6 in your career, 1st in yards per carry at 12.3 yards a carry, and then 3 consecutive third-team All-State selections. That probably took about a good 2 minutes just to read all that stuff. It's sort of your reaction to all that stuff and sort of what stands out about those records.
I think it's amazing, and honestly, what stands out to me was the freshman year one because, I was just trying to get playing time, and I just tried to make the best of every run that I had, and to realize that I had 445 yards in one game, it just blows me away, and just because all I was doing was trying to earn playing time. Like, I wasn't working for state records or anything. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to be on the field. That's all I was worried about.
Well, you certainly got to play a lot, for sure. I know this season didn't end exactly the way you guys were hoping for, but, it was another good year for Jefferson football, and still, 10 years in, people would consider it sort of a young program, and now you have sort of put your name at the top of the list as a point moving forward for growth for this program. Have you thought about your playing career in that regards?
Everyone wanted to set the tone for Jefferson football, especially because we've had 3 different coaches in 10 years, so it's still a very new football program, and the seasons that we've had and the seniors that we've had, we've just tried to set a tone for what Jefferson R7 football is going to be like in the next 10, 15 years.
Head coach Alex Rugley, I guess the longest tenured coach for Jefferson football. I think a lot of coaches from around this area, they have respect for one another, but Coach Rugley is someone that just sort of stands out as a Class A citizen, Class A coach, Class A person. Tell us a little bit about Coach Rugley and sort of what he's meant to you, through your young life.
Coach Rugley, he's amazing. He's done so much for our football program. He's done so much for me. He's done so much for everyone in just Jefferson R7. It doesn't matter if you're a football player or not. He knows everything about you. He wants to know everything about you. He cares about you. You can honestly tell that. And just going through football with him, he showed so many people what it's like to be a part of a team, and just how it's supposed to be, how you're supposed to feel going through high school. He just shows you so much, and it's just truly amazing that he got to be my high school football coach. I thought that was pretty awesome.
It was a pretty awesome deal. And talk a little bit about the friends on the team, the team aspect of things for Jefferson football. Every high school tries to make things feel like a family, and talking to Coach Rugley, it feels like it was that case for you guys.
Oh yeah, well we're a fairly smaller school, so everybody knows everybody, and we've all grown up with each other. And on my senior class, we had, I think, 11 seniors on the team, and we've all been best friends since kindergarten, because most of the kids that played football this year have been going to the school since kindergarten. I started the school in preschool with 2 or 3 kids that I've been playing football with since I was 6. So, we've all just known each other. We've grown up with each other. We played football with each other, and we each and every one of us want to see each other be successful. So we're all out on the field all the time for everyone.
Yep, seemed like a very, very cool experience and worthwhile experience for you guys to be able to be a part of Coach Rugley's program. Let's move on to the next chapter in Andrew Graves' life. College, I can tell, is in your future for sure. Kind of give the folks an idea as to what Andrew Graves is looking at.
I'm looking to play football. Most importantly, that's what I want to do, but I've also got a couple opportunities to play baseball in college. But I'm leaning towards football, and I'm not committed. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm still very undecided, and I have a lot to think about.
And I think when we were going over it, about 5 or 6 football schools, a couple of baseball programs as well. So obviously you're a very sought-out player for multiple sports. And let's also throw in there that you've done track and field as well. So you never stop. I guess maybe the summer is about the only time you don't participate in anything. But then you told me you're going to be doing Legion ball over the summer. So. Well, Andrew, as we wrap up this Dream Team Player of the Year interview, I just want to sort of give you an opportunity to kind of talk to the folks that have helped you along this path.
I just want to say thank you, especially to my mom and dad. They've done everything for me. They've been there at every single one of my games. They've never missed one. And I want to thank my brother, because he tries to come to most games. He's got a lot going on, but he's there as much as he can. He talks to me about the games. And I want to thank everyone that supported me through my 4 years. I just want to say you guys are awesome, and thank you to Coach Rugley, because you've made me into the player I am, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Jefferson R7.
That is Andrew Graves for you, Dream Team Player of the Year for the Jefferson Blue Jays.